Hey friends, StinaRose here, and welcome to a very special video here on the channel. Today I'm on the Greenhouse SMP. This is my patron server. This server has been going in this season for about 3 years now, so there's a lot of things that I want to show you today. And the truth is I wasn't even able to see everything that's on this server. There's just so many amazing things going on. Now, the Greenhouse SMP is a vanilla-ish survival server. I say vanilla-ish because we have a few quality of life things. We have mini heads that we can get from wandering traders. We also have things like custom crafting recipes, player head drops, and posable armor stands. We've had a ton of fun, or at least the patrons have had a ton of fun this season, posing armor stands, making stories, and I tell you, it was a lot of fun to see as I went around the server, the different things that they have done. Now, this is a server that's really well based on community. It seems like every time that I look in our Discord and on the server, people are helping each other find things, helping each other with materials, with different projects. There's a lot of different community areas, like our community farms here, where they tried to have everything. Another thing that they've done is they've helped, big dig projects, digging out mountains to make room for big builds. This is a server that's really focused on kindness and helping each other. They also like to celebrate big things that happen in life. This here is a very, very special community build that they put together at the time that I was having my baby. Sir Sprout, we now call the Tater Tot, but he was a little bit early. It came at 3 pounds, 1 ounce, and the community put this beautiful garden together to welcome him to the community, and it's just beautiful, and I thank them so much for the time and the effort they put into making this beautiful place. We don't always only celebrate happy things, but sometimes we remember things that are a bit sad, and here is a memorial to my cat Cole, who passed, and Scar's Jelly. And I just think it's very moving that they care so much about the community, the things in the community, that they put that together. Now, one observation I'd like to make as I look at the different things that we've seen is that this community seems to really like villages. You can find villages all over the place, not just vanilla villages, but people like to put their bases in villages. Villages that might be in mountain valleys, or villages by the seaside. Beautiful views for beautiful places. Of course, not every village ends up having a happy story. Sometimes there's lore that's put into the world, and dragons get involved, and destruction happens, and it's a lot of fun to see the creativity of what happened around here. Sometimes, though, villages aren't even close to the sea. They may be in the middle of a mesa, or they may be under the ground. Something that I noticed is cave bases were definitely a popular location, especially these lush caves. Definitely a popular location to build, to explore, to have parts of bases in. Some people were able to use these lush caves as part of storylines. One of the big storylines came from the Trouble Trio, who had a whole amazing set of stories. And just their different this fairy cave with the hanging fairy houses, and it's just an amazing place to be and an amazing place to see. And I am always a fan of having amethysts added to builds. No season would be complete without seeing one of the amazing cave builds, or amazing builds by the Blue Owl. And this season, Blue Owl based in a cave. And although Owl was really busy doing community things, somehow she found time to make this place. And I'm just amazed. I'd love to go and just sit there in that library, enjoy some quiet, some peace. So many amazing builders in this community. Underground reefs. Amazing thing here, this is from Lost in Transit's area, and it is a complete maze of places, but here we get a view of a giant bee. It's not the only giant thing that's on this server. There's whole caves filled with giant beings, fairies and jellyfish, even some odd-looking chickens and ducks and cows. And it's not just the animals that seem to be affected by the giantness. We've got a giant watering can over at Mom Crafter's base, a gift from Nursing Geek, as well as some giant teapots and teacups. I am a huge fan of teapots and teacups. I collect them, so this build made me smile a lot. And we're back to having animals, gigantic animals, cute little sleeping foxes that inside of there hides a berry farm. Of course, I couldn't leave this server tour without showing you this amazing Kraken build. Look at that thing in the water, and the best part about this is up above that floating island contains a mob farm, and so mobs will be falling down into the Kraken's mouth. What a great build! Talking about giant things. Bonquisha's giant mushroom village is just beautiful. The nighttime shows it off so well. It's a great biome for this as well. This place looks so kind and peaceful. But not everything giant here on the server is kind and peaceful. In fact, if we head across the server to Evil Shoe and Lost in Transit's area, we end up coming in contact with a sea serpent. Yeah, a sea serpent. I wouldn't want to... I'm kind of glad that that's just a build and not something that we have to fight in real life. And, you know, we can't ignore the dragon under the ground, part of the storyline of the Trouble Trio. Is that their pet? I don't know, but Evil Shoes had a great petting zoo, all kinds of things in it, cute cuddly bears, frogs, even a polar bear, but I'm not sure why a Ravager is part of a petting zoo. Of course, I'm not sure why someone would keep a warden as a pet either, but that's exactly what Uncle Jimbo likes to do. Like I said, this is a community server, and this server really enjoys their games. Not only do we have a gaming district, but we actually have some games that are so big that they have their own area, like this Where's Wally area. I tell you what, this was an amazing place to walk through. All of the different armor stands, and the whole object here is you've got to find Wally. Not just Wally, but a couple of others, and you've got to collect their items and bring it back. It's a really cool place. So many Easter eggs of different things to look at, different things to see. I think one of my favorite, though, is in this area with the ship. I mean, first off, the ship is really cool. There's the octopus. There's the little pink flamingo floaty. How adorable is that? But here we go. This one is my favorite. Get in the boat, Stina. Oh. There's also the Super Stina Party. Yeah, Pillar of Nothing put this together, and I know that there was help from other people, and I've got names on here of people who are kind of in charge of projects. That doesn't mean that they didn't have help, and I want to acknowledge the help of the people on the server is amazing. But from what this game was a lot of fun, and I hear there's going to be a second version of this in the next season. We also have themed events for different times of the year, like Easter egg hunts. And like I said, this server has been going for almost 3 years now. So we've got not one, not two, but 3 Easter egg hunts that happened on this server. 2 different islands to commemorate that. And I love these builds. They are so cool. The community also got together during doing some other seasonal things. And everyone took part in building something. Here's our Halloween area. Lots of pumpkin patches and pumpkins. So many really cool things to see. We also have a full winter area with snowmen and reindeer, Santa's workshop, so many things there as well. But you know, not all of the builds are huge. We've got people who've built smaller. We've got people who are expert builders, those who are just beginning. And this community is so great because it's a place where you can be safe, learning how to build, being encouraged, because honestly, my community is so awesome. They are really focused on being kind, encouraging each other, and helping each other out. You know, let's say that you got to light up a whole area. I'm sure there's someone who will do it. You know, some people started off really early in the season. Some people came in late. But everywhere, it's just an amazing place to be, an amazing place to look at. Oh, one of my favorite places though, and I could have just sat here for hours, was watching the mob farm at Evil Shoes and Lost in Transit. And I will admit, I sat there for way too long, watching mobs drop down into this pit, fighting with iron golems. And I think this is one of the coolest mob farm things that I've seen. I don't know that it's super efficient, but honestly, it's so much fun. It doesn't matter how efficient it is. It's a lot of fun. Well, friends, whether you're a big builder or you just like to hang out and fish, or you're looking for a beautiful place to just come and be, I suggest that you check out the Greenhouse SMP. The people here are amazing. They're wonderful. They're great. And you could be part of it. Just check out the description below. There's links to my Patreon. And I thank you for spending the time with me as we toured the Greenhouse SMP. Thank you, patrons. You guys are awesome. Bye, everybody.